Hello fellow console heisters, what's going on? It's Sean and Shake here, and some serious news has just hit the fan. Payday 2 Crimewave Edition and Payday 2 The Big Score. Have I said enough? Well, owners of Payday 2 Crimewave Edition on PlayStation 4 and Xbox have not received a DLC update in 400 days from Overkill. Most people are very bitter about that, understandably so, because they know that the content that's available on the PC just isn't on console. And a lot of people are expecting Overkill to just snap their fingers together and then the console will receive that content, but that's just not the way it works, unfortunately. Anyway, this video is regarding Payday 2 The Big Score and what that entails. So basically, do you remember when there was a list of leaked trademarks for a game called Payday 2 The Big Score and also a page on Amazon? If you're anything like me and you know about Overkill's past of messing up updates, you assumed that it would be another $50 package containing all of the DLC that the PC owners already have. Because I know that's what I thought when I initially saw the pages. And albeit Overkill are a creditable company, they're a large company now, and they've made a brilliant game in Payday 2 Crimewave Edition and the original Payday 2. I've spent upwards of 100 hours playing Payday 2 Crimewave Edition on my PlayStation 4, and I think it's a brilliant game. I remember the first time I got it. It was back in 2014 actually, when the game was in its vanilla stages. But I used to play the game constantly. I was playing it majority of the day, majority of the night, barely getting any sleep, taking all but, food breaks, brushing my teeth and toilet breaks. That's about what I'd make time for. But I was addicted to that game. I pushed my my ranking all the way up to Infamy 5 level 100, which was the highest you could get at that point and still is on console. And then I deleted my character and started all over again because I loved the game so much. But anyway, this video is about the big score, and that's why we're here. Well, the big news is Overkill have just announced the package of Payday 2 The Big Score on their official Twitter page at Payday 2 Crimewave. But it's not what we all thought it was. Payday 2 The Big Score is actually a digital update for Payday 2 Crimewave Edition, but the best part is it's absolutely free. Yeah, it's free. It's completely free of cost. It doesn't cost anything. And if you live in the US and you own Payday 2 Crimewave Edition, you can download it now. Literally, you can go on your PlayStation, you can go on the PS Store, and you can download it today. And it's come completely out of the blue. It's so surprising. I never saw it coming, especially not in this fashion, knowing Overkill, I say. But Overkill have made mistakes like this in the past, and well, Overkill could have charged another $50 for Payday 2 The Big Score. They've claimed in the past that it contains over $120 worth of DLC, and they could have sold it for $50 and said, you know what, you're getting a good deal on this, so we're just going to sell it to you that way. They could have done that, and they probably could have got away with that, given, besides all the backlash they would have got from the console owners, having to pay for the same game twice almost. But Overkill, with the amount of backlash they're getting already from the amount of time that people have had to wait for the update on consoles, they could have thought, you know what, how could it get any worse than this? We're just going to do it. We're going to go ahead, we're going to do it. The backlash we get, we don't care about. We get enough as it is already, and we'll be making more money on our part, so maybe that's the best decision for us. But no, what Overkill have done is they've made the content that has been missing, they've made it available. They not only made it available, but they've made it available completely free, which I think is absolutely brilliant of them to do. So hats off to Overkill, and hats off to us for waiting such a long time. Well, anyway, this news comes from, obviously, Payday 2's official Twitter page, at Payday 2 Crimewave. And you remember on the 31st of August, there was the short video of the character Richard from Hotline Miami walking through the doorway and smashing the cameraman over the head with a baseball bat. Well, that was the last thing we heard from Payday 2's official Twitter page until today. Literally about an hour ago. Maybe 2 hours at the time of uploading. Now, the way I'm looking at it now, it's an hour ago. But the recent message says, the big score has arrived. Available now on PlayStation 4 in the US with a more info tab next to it. And I admit, the first time I looked at this page, I was bricking it, thinking, oh god, no. Overkill have done it, haven't they? They've made it a standalone. They've made it a standalone. They're going to charge another 50 for it, and it's not going to be great. I don't like this. Anyway, it turns out that Payday 2, the big score, is not a standalone, but it's an upgrade. It's an upgrade from Payday 2 Crimewave Edition with the additional update that should have been on console when it was released on PC. I'm not bitter, I promise, not at all. But Overkill followed up this by at Payday 2 Crimewave Edition. Crimewave owners, the big score is not a new game you have to purchase. It is free and premium DLC for you. Details, additional link, which I'll put in the description. Which is, oh my god, it's so relieving. After reading the first tweet, I was just, my nails were down to my palms almost. And then I saw this, the big score is not a new game you have to purchase. I was just, whoo. It's like I don't know, I'd smoked a joint that's about 2 feet long, and I was just so calm and happy. I even went downstairs and started shouting at my dog because I was so happy. Yeah, he didn't understand, he doesn't know what I'm about. Anyway, a man called Tony Nadarovich, at Tony Nadarovich, had tweeted the official Payday 2 Twitter page and asked what the contents of the game was, and Payday 2 at Payday Crimewave had replied in saying there is a free and premium DLC. All Crimewave owners automatically get the DLC for, pause for effect, free. They get it for free. They again followed up this tweet by saying, at Payday 2 Crimewave Heisters, to be clear, just like on PC, if one of your friends has the DLC, you can all play. That's great. So if everyone else gets the update, like I'm sure they will, then they can play as well. Brilliant. And in response to Payday 2 at Payday 2 Crimewave's initial tweet saying available now on the PlayStation 4 in US, a Twitter user called GameLover224 and another Twitter user called Payday 2 Rocks questioned about when the Xbox One heisters will be able to also get the content, which is understandable. I'm sure they're curious about that. And at Payday 2 Crimewave responded, actively working out a date with Microsoft for our Xbox One heisters. We'll let everyone know when we have it. So this shows that Overkill are definitely working on the console release date, which is the Xbox One console release date, which is brilliant news. And they are working very hard apparently to get this update to both consoles almost simultaneously, which is really good news on their behalf. I mean, Sony gave their approval for the update, I think it was about a week and a half ago, and in that time Overkill have managed to create a package to upgrade Payday 2 Crimewave Edition to Payday 2 The Big Score. In terms of release dates, it says next to the trailer on the initial tweet, The Big Score has arrived. Available now on the PlayStation 4 in the US, so obviously the release date in the US is the 7th of September. That's Pacific Central Time, sorry. It could still be the 6th in the US at this moment. But the release date in Europe is the 9th of September and is the same day in Australasia for PlayStation 4. Xbox One could be, potentially it could be a couple of weeks more, maybe up to a month, but I mean, we've waited for 400 days now. 400 days for an update, right? That's got to be one of the longest waits in history for an update. But anyway, if you wait for 400 days, surely you'll be able to wait a bit longer, right? You'd think so. You would think so. I'm not saying don't be frustrated that PlayStation's come first, because you have the right to be, but know that Overkill are doing their best to try and get this update out as quickly as they possibly can do. So yeah, I've got to give it to Overkill for this. They've handled it brilliantly. They've handled the situation as well as they could have done. Obviously, the 400-day wait left majority of Payday 2 players with a very sour taste in their mouths about the company, how the DLC was being handled, and how the PC players were apparently being prioritized over the console owners, which I suppose you could say that they were, but I don't think it's very fair to say that, given that we don't know what was happening behind closed doors at Overkill. They could have had some kind of incompatibility with the update they were trying to release, or maybe they tried to get it verified from Sony and Microsoft before, but they'd both been denied. Maybe this is a second try. We have no way of knowing. All we can tell is that Payday 2, the big score, is on its way, and it is coming out on consoles very, very soon, which is a very, very nice bit of news for everyone, really. Payday 2, the big score, includes all of the DLC on Payday 2 for the PC up to the start of 2016. So that doesn't include the biker pack or the biker heist, unfortunately. I've played those on PC and they are very, very fun, but you know, you get what you're given, don't you? You can't really complain about it. It's nearly $100 worth of, I think it's over $100 worth, sorry, of DLC that we're being given for free. And obviously, yeah, it's come later than the PC owners, which is disappointing and all, but I mean, we're getting it for free. We are getting it for free at the end of the day, so you can't really complain all that much than you want to. So if you are to go on the US store right now, you have a PlayStation 4 and you go on the US PlayStation store, the Payday 2 the big score should be named Payday 2 Crimewave Edition the big score, so it is an update on Crimewave Edition, just so you know, so you don't go searching the wrong thing and maybe purchase Payday 2 again, which would be disappointing. But anyway, thank you very much, Overkill, for what you've done for us. Obviously, keeping us waiting in the dark hasn't been so great, but now that it is being done, it's being done in a very, very respectful fashion. So, thank you, Overkill, for that. And maybe Overkill should be thanking us for the amount of time that we've been, some of us, been patiently waiting. I know I haven't been sending death threats to Overkill or Starbreeze anytime recently, but anyway. Payday 2 the big score is a real thing, it exists, and it is absolutely free. So, good news all round, right? Thanks again for watching, like and subscribe, and until next time, keep shaking.